everybody, welcome to Healing with Nutrition. My name is Miranda Thompson, and I'm just super excited that you made the time to be here today. And I'm just going to jump right into this webinar, if you don't mind, and get to the good stuff. So, who exactly is this webinar for? This is for women who are just struggling with their health and they have no idea where to turn. If you're feeling overwhelmed with all of the nutritional options, exercise routines, and crash diets, then this is for you. If you feel like you're experiencing any of these things, I really urge you to stick with me to the end because I'm going to be showing you some great stuff that can really change your life. So in the next 60 minutes or so, I'm going to show you how to finally see results in your body without counting calories, taking crazy diet pills, or spending hours on the treadmill. Now, I know this is what you've been taught and what you've probably been experiencing for years now, but I am totally against this, and I will show you a whole new way to approach fitness, health, diet, whatever. And you're going to be shown how to regain your energy and confidence that you might have been lacking. And you're going to know how to lose any extra weight that you've been carrying around. Maybe you've had this weight on you for years and you're just dying to get rid of it. Today is an opportunity to learn exactly how. And you're going to have that zest for life back. I know that life can just sort of wear down on you. There's work, there's school, there's family, all kinds of stuff. And you can just sort of get drained, and you're going to be shown how to get that back. And probably the most important thing of this entire webinar is learning how to heal yourself using the power of Mother Nature. Mother Nature is awesome, and she will do some great things for you. So my promise to you is an action plan designed to get you real results. This is not like all those other diets where you might have done it for a little bit, tried it, and fallen off the wagon. This is a lifestyle change. And just to get this out of the way, I have absolutely nothing for sale here on this webinar, but I do have a very cool gift for you. If you just stick with me till the end, I'll get to that. So, does any of this sound like you? Do you feel like you just want to get healthy, but you don't know how to begin or even where to look for the answers? Have you been spending tons of time and money on diets and pills that aren't getting you real results? And do you secretly feel a lack of energy, motivation, and willpower regarding your life and your health in general? Do you see other people with the body that you want, but you have no idea how they got it? Do you try to eat healthy foods, but eventually fail and binge eat on foods that you know you shouldn't be eating in the first place? And do you just seem to gain weight no matter how many calories you cut back on or how many hours you spend on the treadmill? And finally, do you struggle every day with the body that you have rather than the body that you want? You could be so close to your dream body and you're trying, you just don't know how to get there. You're stuck where you are and you just want to move past it. I'm going to tell you something. That there is not the real problem. The real problem is that you don't know the 5 secrets. And once you learn them, you will have a body that you love, a body that will be able to do so many amazing and great things for you. It will do what you ask it to do with enthusiasm. You will regain the drive to succeed not only in your career, but in your home life as well. You will have energy like you wouldn't believe. You'll be eating the food that nature designed for you to be eating. And you will look and feel years younger, I promise. You will understand why you felt so lost and just confused all of this time regarding health and nutrition, all of that stuff. And you will know immediately whether or not a product is good for you before you ever buy it and you're just on your daily trip to the grocery store. The one thing you need to know is that there are 5 simple secrets you need to know in order to get the body of your dreams. And I'm going to walk you through exactly what those 5 secrets are today. But just a little bit about me, I'm going to throw this in here. I am a holistic health coach. My passion is using holistic nutrition to change and empower professional women. I absolutely love seeing transformations happen, and I am there to see them happen. My specialty is taking clients through a life-changing journey with the power of a plant-based diet. So let's go continue on discovering the 5 secrets. So there are 5 secrets that you must understand in order to lose weight, regain your energy and confidence, and to get truly healthy. Ladies, just because you're skinny, it doesn't mean that you're healthy. So I'm going to be showing you all 5 of those secrets right now. And so the first one and most important is that whole foods can heal, using real food as your medicine. So real food can just heal you from the inside out. Big companies don't want you to know this because otherwise they can't sell you their Diet Coke and pharmaceuticals. So just think about it. If you are spending your money on good organic produce and stuff, the big corporations are not making money off of you. What they make their money off of is selling you Diet Coke, pizzas, 7-Eleven stuff, like all kinds of just junk food. And then once you get sick, because you are going to get sick from eating this food, you're going to immediately turn to your doctor, and your doctor is going to give you drugs, which just helps the pharmaceutical industry. So they are not making a profit if you are buying healthy foods. If you're sick, that's when they make their money. And it's been proven that people have cured themselves from diseases, lost hundreds of pounds, and changed their life simply by changing their diet. As Hippocrates said, let food be thy medicine, and medicine be thy food. So, food is an absolutely vital part of our life. Everyone agrees on that. We need to eat food. Most people eat food about 3 or so times a day, probably more, maybe a little bit less, but it's just absolutely something we need to survive. However, we were never really taught about food. Our school system let us down. We use food as sort of a celebration for mourning, for emotional comfort. It is there in every aspect of our day, but we were never really shown what we should be eating. The public was just left in the hands of big corporations with multi-billion-dollar budgets. They convinced us that we should all cut down on calories and fats and we will be beautiful forever. They say, buy my product, it's going to be great, you're going to feel so awesome. Look at this woman, she's healthy, she's fit, and she's eating our product. You should too. But the sad truth is, there is no money in a cure. Let me say that again. There is no money in a cure. If you're healthy, the big corporations can't sell you their products. That is the most important part. They don't care if you're healthy. They care that your money is in their pocket and they're going to do whatever it takes to get it there. They have huge influence and they're constantly bombarding you with their messages so that you buy their products. So this is just an example of some of food's amazing ability to heal. So I've never personally met Kris Carr, but I have followed her story and I'm in love with her journey, and I just think it is an amazing testimony to the ability of whole foods. So Kris was diagnosed with an incurable stage 4 cancer when she was 31 years old. They gave her a 10-year life expectancy to when she was going to die from her cancer. But once she just heard this, she didn't know what to do. So she just reached into her soul and she knew instinctively that she should be eating the right kinds of foods. She was going to take matters into her own hands. She went to Whole Foods and she just started buying vegetables and fruits and the things that she could. And her cancer is not cured by any means. It is an incurable stage 4 cancer, but she is living a happy and healthy life. She was diagnosed with her 10-year life expectancy in 2003, and she's already blown that out of the water, and she is doing great. She made a documentary about her experience. It's called Crazy Sexy Cancer. It's really great. She has her own blog. She has several books about her experience, but I am just so inspired by her story because it is absolutely amazing. If she can do things with Whole Foods for her cancer, I am more than sure that it's going to do awesome things for you. So now we're going to get into probably the most surprising thing of this webinar. It is sugar that is making you fat, and I'm going to explain why, because there are a lot of reasons why sugar is behind this, why the companies did this, and how this all happened. But it is not the calories, it's not the fat, it's not any of that, it is sugar. So there are a few different reasons why sugar is making you put on weight, The main reason is because fructose, which is in like sugar, processed sugar, glucose is what is in fruit sugar, but the fructose makes your brain leptin resistant. Leptin controls your fat storage. It's the one who tells your brain, all right, we've stored enough fat, we're ready. Your body is still like our ancestors. It's always preparing for a famine, but we're in a time of feast, so it's always storing more and more fat. And when you eat sugar, this signal doesn't reach your brain. It's not saying, okay, we've had enough. It never says that. So your body just keeps storing this fat. It's like, okay, we'll save this for energy later. We'll use it up later. But the problem is, later never comes. When leptin is out of control, your body doesn't realize it's saved enough fat. So your brain thinks it's starving. It's like, I need to eat more because I need to store up fat for the famine. It's like, I'm going to prepare, I'm going to be ready, and sugar just gets in the way of all of this going on. And it is another problem because it blocks the satiety hormone from releasing into your brain. You know, when you eat and stuff and then you're just like, "Oh, okay, I'm full. I can stop eating." Sugar gets in the way of this hormone and it just doesn't translate anymore until the point where you eat until you're sick. You're like, if I ate another bite, I'm just going to throw up because you just sort of made it beyond the point to where your body can handle it. And sugar is absolutely, absolutely addictive. It releases dopamine in your brain, which is the same hormone that drugs and alcohol release. If you looked at someone's brain, which is lit up on sugar, it is exactly the same as someone's brain that is lit up on cocaine. It is the same thing, and the companies know this. They want you to be addicted. Sugar is pretty much everything. You would think that it would only be in cakes and like stuff like that, the sugary cereals and stuff like that. But it's also in pizza and spaghetti sauce and yogurt and so much more. They put it in everything. There are tablespoons upon tablespoons of this stuff in every meal that you're eating. And you can prevent this by cutting out any excess processed sources of sugar. You need to learn how to rely on fruit to curb your sugar cravings. Just by cutting out sugar, you can lose inches off of your waist. This is how the companies are just sneaking it into your diet. So why is sugar in everything? Why do the companies do this? There are two main reasons: marketing and the addiction. The money spent on sugar cereal, sugar drinks, and sugar-filled food is in the billions. These companies have the budget to constantly remind you of their products. You can leave the house and still see advertisements. You will see them on billboards as you're driving. You will see the big McDonald's and Burger King and all kinds of signs like that, and you will just see these advertisements everywhere, and it just tricks your brain into thinking, oh, I'm hungry, oh, I want that. But in reality, you're really not. And the big companies are getting children hooked right from the beginning and leading them to their products. There are so many infant formulas today that are absolutely full of sugar. And the companies, they realize that if you addict a customer, you have a customer for life. They won't have to spend as much money when these infants and then they become toddlers and children and they grow up eating all of this sugar and they continue buying these products that are just so sugar filled. It is absolutely amazing. So I'm going to show you here a little diagram regarding how much sugar that we are eating as Americans each year. So we consume about 130 pounds of sugar every year. People are literally eating their weight in sugar every year, and it is absolutely phenomenal. And again, you need to pay attention to what foods you're eating and what they're sneaking in there. So that leads me to ingredients matter. So the next time you go to the grocery store or you do whatever, I want you to pick up a box of cereal or whatever you're going to buy, and I want you to turn it over and look at the ingredient list. This is something I do every single time I buy a product. I will not purchase it if I don't know what's in it. You have a right to know what you're putting in your mouth. And so if you can't understand everything that is listed there, it's a good bet that it's processed and that it's not good for you. There are all kinds of ingredients like aspartame and yellow number 5 and high fructose corn syrup. It's in everything. If you see that, I want you to put it back. Put it back on the shelf. And this is the best thing you can do for your health. because these companies will trick you and you must understand how to outsmart them. And you should also look at the sugar content on there and be aware of how many serving sizes are on there. A lot of companies will advertise, oh, it's only 5 grams of sugar, but there's like 4 servings in one little box. So you're actually getting like 20 grams of sugar in one little thing. And a lot of brands will advertise that something is natural, but it's actually full of sugar and preservatives. So they use buzzwords such as organic, gluten-free, and whole grains to trick you into buying their products. You think that you're doing something great for yourself. You're like, I'm going to buy the best one here. It's healthy. But most of these claims have absolutely no real health benefit. They just simply sound nice. And a lot of these companies can trick you too, because even if it has words such as fat-free in it, the food can still legally contain 0.5 grams of fat in it. And I don't really care about the fat content like everybody else cares about it. The reason why fat was such a problem before, they just said it was, and so these companies like, okay, I'm going to jump on that bandwagon. And so they started taking the fat out of the foods, and they realized these foods taste like cardboard. Without fat, the food tastes awful. So they started sneaking sugar into your diet. So that way, when you think you're eating healthy by eating fat-free, you're actually eating a ton of sugar. And so when you're picking up this box of cereal, whatever you're holding, the ingredients are listed in descending order of how much is in them. So the first few things that are listed, they make up the bulk of the product. And it is really about the quality over quantity. I can care less about how many calories the food has. It's all about the ingredients. Your best bet is simply to stick with whole foods that don't even need an ingredient list. I don't care how many calories or whatever is in a whole food. I would pick a piece of broccoli over a 100-calorie pack of crackers any day. So what I want you to do is to use the secret weapon. So in the old way, when you wanted to lose weight, get healthy, stuff like that, all you needed to do was dramatically cut calories, join a gym, spend hours on the treadmill, take fat-burning pills, drink a ton of protein shakes, eat a low-fat diet, and step on the scale every day, and probably cry because you realize that it has not gone down. It probably even went up. Like 90% of dieters, not only do they not lose the weight that they intended to lose, but they actually gain weight. So I'm going to show you the new way. What do you have to do in the new way? You have to eat real food and you have to move your body. That is it. Eating real food means you're eating food that comes from nature. When you move your body, you don't have to stress yourself out by going to the gym and just working out and just feeling absolutely exhausted. I want you to get out and to do things that you enjoy. Go for hikes, go for a run in your neighborhood. Just get out, swim, do yoga, do something fun, join a class. This does not have to be horrible. Your body wants to move. And so if you just do things that you like doing, it will not be a chore. It will not be a chore for you to go to the gym. So we were never designed to eat 1,000-calorie pizzas, artificially flavored foods, and tablespoons of sugar on a daily basis. When you do this, you're going to see problems in your body because your body doesn't know how to handle this. It was never designed to handle any of this. And when you get off of the path, your body won't be able to function properly, sorry. You will gain weight because of excess sugar and calories. And your brain can't function because it doesn't have the necessary nutrients. It wants to work great. It doesn't want you to have the brain fog and you feel tired and you just want to take a nap and give up on the day. It wants to work beautifully for you, but it doesn't have the nutrients. You're eating foods that have absolutely no nutrients but a ton of calories, so you're just gaining the weight, but you're not getting anything out of it. So once you start replacing these foods with higher quality foods that have the nutrients, that have what your body needs, it will shine for you. If you give it what it wants, it will do amazing things. And if you just decide to return to nature, you will see results in your body and in your life that you never thought possible. I don't care if you've eaten like crap for the last 20 years. Nature will do amazing things and will begin to reverse whatever you have done to it. So, a little bit more about what I'm talking about when I'm referring to real food. Eating real food means that you eat things that were grown from nature. This means fruits, vegetables, grains, nuts, and seeds. Meat should really be eaten sparingly. I personally don't eat it at all for many reasons, and there's absolutely no reason why you have to eat it. Um, this might be controversial, but I do not advise eating dairy. There are many reasons for this, but a short explanation is that your body has an alkaline pH of about 7.35, and dairy is very acidic in your body. If your body is too acidic, your body takes calcium from your bones to protect itself. So imagine that your whole body is acidic and your body is panicking. It's like, I have to protect myself. I have to do something. Let's protect the bones. Let's protect the internal organs. So it takes calcium, which works as a great buffer between this acid in your bones, and it uses that to stop the acidity from eating away. So this is why if you've been drinking cow's milk your whole life, you're going to get osteoporosis because your body is very acidic. All of these from the standard American diet, these foods are very acidic in the body, and your body wants to be alkaline, and so it's going to cause so many harmful effects. And some more problems with dairy is that it's full of hormones, pus, and mucus. I know that a lot of companies are trying to do away with the bovine growth hormone, which is really great because that's horrible for you, but there are still other things in there. There's antibiotics and other stuff, pus and mucus. Antibiotics are good for you when you're sick and you need to kill stuff. But if you're drinking this stuff all of the time, you're going to kill all of the good bacteria in your gut. You need this bacteria to digest your food and just to function as a normal human being. If we did not have this good bacteria, we could not be alive today without it. And so if you're trying to lose weight, do not, do not eat dairy. Dairy is designed to grow an infant calf into a full-grown cow. Let that sink in. It is meant for growth. It is taking a little baby and designing it to grow into a full-grown cow. Adult human women were not meant to be drinking the breast milk of another mother. It's a mother trying to raise her baby, and there's no reason why you should be drinking it. There are so many other alternatives, much healthier for you, such as almond milk, coconut milk, stuff like that, and it's really great. So there are quite a few different past diets, and I'm going to explain a little bit about why they have failed. So a lot of people, when they want to lose weight, they just immediately go for cutting the calories. And so I don't think that this is a solution to weight loss. Of course, if you're eating like 5,000 calories a day and you don't realize it and you start eating whole foods and that's like 2,000 calories, that's awesome. I believe in that. I don't mean that you should be starving yourself to the point of eating like 1,000 calories a day and you're getting headaches and you're feeling sick and all this stuff. I don't recommend that. It may work temporarily, but your body's going to freak out and think it's in a famine and slow down your metabolism. Like I said before, we never evolved from the way that our ancestors were. Your body is always prepared for a famine to happen. So when you cut calories, your body's like, oh crap, this is it. This is the famine. Let's get ready. And it slows down your metabolism because it doesn't want to burn calories. It wants to hang on to all of that extra fat because it has to get you through the winter. And so when you're cutting these calories, your brain is just, it's ready for this, and you're going to store more weight than you would if you hadn't cutted the calories. So low fat, like I said, this happened a few years back. I think people are starting to move away from it. But we need fats to be healthy. That was a whole misunderstanding, and it was all linked to cardiovascular disease and your HDL and your LDL, the cholesterol. But I'm not going to get into that. I'm just saying that we need fats to be healthy. It's all about eating the right kinds of fats, like avocados and nuts and stuff like that, and in reasonable proportions. I'm not talking about the trans fats and all kinds of stuff like that. That is horrible. That is man made. I'm talking about the fats that come from nature. I am perfectly okay with that, and you need to find your proper ratio of fat in your diet from the healthy things. And so the Atkins diet is all about cutting down carbs, which is basically sugar. Carbs break down into sugars in your body, which I am fine for that. But Atkins Diet is trying to sell you all kinds of processed food. I have been through the ingredient list of most of their foods, and let me tell you, it is horrible, horrible. None of these foods are good for you. It's just all kinds of starches and stuff, and they're trying to advertise that you can still eat pasta and pizza and bread, which is all carbohydrates, by the way. And they're trying to advertise that you can still eat this stuff while trying to eat a low carb diet. That is some weird science that they're trying to pass off, and it is not natural. That is not what your body is meant to be eating, and I am a firm believer that you should not be eating processed foods. So Weight Watchers has a sort of point system. You have a certain amount of points if you haven't tried this, but you have the points, and if you eat the bad foods for you, like ice cream, stuff like that, they have a higher number of points, and that just takes off. But the better ones for you have a low number of points. So everybody's all about this point system. And I don't really think people need this reward system. If you do, that's fine. Find out what works for you. I think you should just eat well. And most of these foods, I've seen them at the stores and stuff, and it's like they slap it on, like they just buy this label and just slap it on their thing. It's like Weight Watchers approved. This is how many points this is. And I just don't agree with it. I think you should just realize if your food is healthy or not. Just go for stuff that was made in nature. Now, I totally understand the struggles. I know that people are not ecstatic to be eating broccoli or a bowl of fruit, but you can solve so many problems with just eating healthy and changing your diet. I know you have problems. That's why you logged onto this webinar today. I know you're struggling, and this is the answer for you. Okay? I know that you have to relearn how to cook food and how to plan your diet, and it may require more effort on your part, and I understand that can be a struggle for so many people, but you just need to learn it, and you can learn to love it. Learning to cook and make your own meals is the greatest way to find foods that you truly enjoy. Just because you didn't like something as a kid doesn't mean you don't like it now, and this doesn't mean that you can't cook it in a way that you like it. There can even be some restaurants around your town who can show you all kinds of new entrees that you can put together just using fruits and vegetables and awesome things. And I also believe that no single diet fits everyone, and that you should experiment until you find what works best for you. There are so many versions of eating healthy, and they have the low fat, high carbohydrate, stuff like that, raw foodism, and it all just gets kind of overwhelming to me. So I think that if you're eating foods from nature, however you're eating it, as long as you're eating enough and you're eating that food, you're going to be fine. I don't care about all that other stuff. If you're for extreme weight loss, then maybe you want to follow some of those guidelines. But if you're just looking to eat healthy, just eat plants, not a lot, and it's going to be great. You're going to be fine. So, eating real food doesn't mean that you have to be perfect either. I'm not perfect. No one is perfect. We are all allowed treat days. There are special occasions. You just learn to make things healthy. Maybe you want a pie or something for Christmas. You just learn how to make that pie as healthy as you can. Yes, it may not taste the same, but it's going to be great for you. And you're going to feel great after eating it. You're not going to want to take a nap and just give up. So let's move on to the last and final secret. You need to invest in your health. And it is just time that you stop going for the $5 sandwiches and soda combos. And you need to spend your money on great food today so that you can prevent hospital bills in the future. What you eat today will set up how you feel tomorrow, and it'll set up how you feel for the rest of your life. I know that a lot of these problems started in childhood and maybe the way that you reacted to things, but if you change the way you are today, you will set yourself up for greatness 5, 10, 20 years down the line. And this just means going for whole foods that were grown with love. Pick out organic produce and learn to cook it yourself rather than just relying on greasy fast food that you can pick up anywhere. You need to learn how to make your own food. So you should also invest in a mentor. Mentoring brings two things: new ideas and accountability. A mentor is the difference between going on a diet and changing your life. I am more than sure that you have tried this route before, just going at it yourself and then struggling and then just sort of falling off the wagon and then giving up, maybe trying a new diet a few weeks or months down the line. But whatever you did, it didn't stick. A mentor is there to make sure that it sticks. It is there to make sure you get from point A to point B. And right now, there are new ideas in your head that would not have been there if you did not make the time for this webinar. You need to make time for your health and for a mentor who can take you where you need to go. So today I promised you a few things. I promised you that you would understand how to finally see results in your body without counting calories, taking crazy diet pills, or spending hours on the treadmill. Instead, it's all about eating real whole foods. And you learn how to regain your energy and your confidence that you've been lacking. All of this nutrient-less food is going to drain on you. When you eat foods with real nutrients, your body's going to do great things. It's going to give you energy. It's going to get rid of that brain fog, and it's going to be awesome. So, and you learn how to lose any extra weight that you might have been carrying around. And I know that just cutting out sugar, cutting back on some of these foods that you enjoy and that you eat very often, just doing this, and you will be able to lose a lot of weight that you've been sticking to. And you learn to have that zest for life back. All of this stuff, like I mentioned before, extra weight, you're not feeling comfortable in your body, you're not feeling that. And when you give your body the nutrients, you get that zest for life back. And you learn how to heal yourself using the power of Mother Nature. So just a quick recap of everything that I went over today. Whole foods can heal. Sugar is making you fat. Ingredients matter. Use the secret weapon, which is whole foods, and invest in your health. And these 5 secrets alone are enough to change your life and your body. If you take this information and you take it into your heart and you start making changes into your diet, you're going to see stuff happen and other people are going to notice you. So now you have a choice. And how I can help, I have set aside some time the next week to speak to you personally about how you can begin applying these principles into your life starting today. And guess what? This is absolutely free. The phone call is totally free. So I do have a few requirements on who I'm taking phone calls from. I am looking for people who are absolutely committed to improving their health and who aren't looking for any magic pill. This is not going to be easy, and it's not like the advertisements on TV where they promise that you can lose 20 pounds by still eating the same crap and sitting on the couch. This is not that. This is changing your life. And you must be willing to just go out of your comfort zone and make changes. I'm looking for people who are making changes that will last a lifetime. This is not temporary. This is here to get you results. So on the call, I'll help you get total clarity about exactly where you want your health to be and the exact steps you need to take to achieve your goals and to get the dream body that you want and that you absolutely deserve. And if you want me to help you, and if I think it's a good fit, I may invite you to become one of the new clients I'll take on this month. So this is awesome because I only work with a few clients, but I get those clients results. I firmly believe in a 100% success rate. This is not like all of the other advertisements that you see everywhere. I am not going to leave you alone. I'm here to see these amazing transformations happen. I love seeing this. I love seeing clients go from point A to point B, from where they are today, eating the foods that they are today, to enjoying new foods and their new body weeks and months and years down the line, and just seeing how it's improving their lives. This is where you make a change, and you're doing this permanently. This is not like the other times. So if we work together, I'm going to show you a little bit about my curriculum. The curriculum is designed to get you results from the first week we work together. It immediately starts off with you making quick and lasting changes to your diet so that you can achieve your goals. And I'll send you a survey, and I will get to know a little bit more about you and your patterns and what is best for you. So I expect you to begin noticing a change in your body within the first few days of the program. And to be honest, if you follow my directions and you do what I tell you to do, you're going to probably see results on the very first day we work together. It is that easy because your body will be like, okay, nutrients, awesome. I'm going to do awesome things now. So you just follow along with that. You're going to see results. So click below. Spaces are very limited. Like I said, I only work with a very select few group of clients. So all you got to do is follow this link to sign up, fill out the application page. We will schedule a phone call and we will get you where you need to be. So thanks everybody for watching this webinar. I really appreciate it. Go follow that link and change your life.